This is Twit.
I'm in the JVC booth talking with Dave Walton, Assistant Vice President of Marketing and Communications. And Dave, there's a lot of camera news here in the JVC booth, isn't there? Lots of camera news. We have our Pro HD series here that we've upgraded and we've added to with live streaming capabilities from the GY HM890. We're doing actual live streams from California right here into the booth. It's taken off very well. Stations all over the country are buying these for ENG News. We're also showing some new technology. Since we acquired a image sensor company a few years back, we've developed our own imager, and these are the first JVC cameras to actually feature that imager. It's a large image sensor, a CMOS device. It's super 35 millimeter, 13.6 megapixels, and we can do full 4K at 60p, or we can do HD at up to 240p, so we can do super slow motion. So it's very cool. And we have it featured in 4 different cameras. The first is what we call the Elise, which is a GY LS-X1. It's a large imager shoulder style camcorder that has a PL mount for cinematography, and it's the most feature-rich camera, and it will record full 4K up to 60p, which is very important, and it will also output live 4K signals. So it does all the debarring and everything right in the camera processor. We have a smaller handheld version of that, which does up to 30p. It's called the GY LS-X2, and it's a very tiny camera, and because it's smaller, we decided to use a micro 4/3 inch lens mount, but it's in front of a super 35 millimeter sensor, so we get the advantages of a small mount, but a large sensor as well. Now, the smaller lens, though, still has the resolution to capture 4K. Well, certainly, and obviously there are so many more lenses available in that micro 4/3 inch realm, and a lot less expensive than PL lenses. So the camera itself is targeted for a market that probably doesn't want to spend the kind of money you'd spend if you're buying all PL mount lenses. Then we also have a 2-piece camera, which is a very tiny 4K camera that has a separate electronics unit that records, and I also should mention that all of these cameras can stream live video, not stream 4K, but stream live HD, which is kind of important if you're going to, say, mount one to a drone and fly it around. We developed the gimbal for image stabilization just for that camera. So we've got a gimbal version of the camera, or as a 2-piece camera, you could mount it on a boom, a crane, or whatever. But as a gimbal type camera, you can hold this with handlebars, mount it on a boat, a motorcycle, or, as you said, a drone, and fly it around and do some spectacular things in 4K. Now, that tiny little camera that can be mounted on a UAV also has this cool head-mounted display controller. Tell us a little bit about that. Well, first of all, the camera can stream, so it's not going to be streaming 4K, but it'll be streaming HD. And that's over the cellular network directly to the internet. Right. Or could be through a Wi-Fi network. Well, you might not have Wi-Fi everywhere, but let's say you're streaming, you need to see what's going on the camera. So we developed a little head-mounted display here that has a liquid crystalline silicone display device in here, and it's mounted right to a pair of glasses. There's even a HD camera in there if you have a use for that. But this is very cool. So you can stand there and you can actually see what the aircraft sees. Can't wait to try one, man. Yeah, it'll be fun. Thanks so much. Sure.